Hey everyone, hey April. Welcome to the Arctic Leaf special presentation about the email template design using the Figma. So this is a really great topic. So by the way, my name is Max. I'm the senior UI designer from Arctic Leaf creative team, and this is my great colleague April.
Hi guys.
Hey, hi. Let's go dive into the topic again. So the reason why I'd like to draw this very crucial, these new features, not actually the brand new features from Figma, but I think that it's a combination of different aspects of the Figma functions that can help us to build a design system. So as you can see, I have already shared my screen. This is a Figma. So all of this, one of our UI designer has been done for only 1 year for different clients to build up their email template system. So you can see that it contains different business. It contains lots of different clients, and the design style is quite in the vibe. So some dark colors, some bright colors, some is for cosmetics, some is for the sports stuff. So everything, it's just quite different. But I'm thinking a very interesting question. Can we just using a one email design system to build all of this in a very short time? The only thing that we're going to do is maybe just changing the styling or replacing the imagery. And then that's it. Our clients will see the result very quickly. So that's my question.
Yeah, thanks, Max. That is looking awesome. We have so many designs set up. And I know we've been using Figma for a while now, and it's always a challenge to start everything from scratch. So I'm very curious to know and learn how creating a more universal design system can help us kind of, with the process, move it along more efficiently and faster in the future.
Yes, of course. As I just mentioned about, we have been learn about some of the new features that coming from the Figma. So the first of all is the variables, and plus with the variables, we have some tokens combined together to build up the concept to helping us to build the design system. The secondly is the components. We've been using that for years, and even from the other competitors' software, they do have the components at the same meaning. And also the auto layout, how to help us to build, the basic layout for a template, not only for an email template, but also for a full e-commerce website. So let's go see this page. So right now I'm just opening up a designed template, email template for just for us to to learn or just trying to understand what's going on. We have to build this. So as you can see, this one is not very beautiful or in style. It is just for presentation using, but actually it does has several all of the complete sections that a formal email template a clients really wants. For example, the top header section, announcement bar, main navigation, hero sections, product list sections, some of the category grid, and also call out for the video sections or maybe their own educational sections. And after that, we have some special call out for product, and users have been talking about in their blog and their reviews, or we have some social feed from actual buyers and all the way to our copyright and even the footer. So what I'm saying is, by using this Figma, we built this one, but this one is just one of the example or instance. We can let them to be changing in a second. So I think that's my opening for this topic. I think that all of the designers have been really curious about how you're going to do this. I have got lots of clients waiting for my designs.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, since we want to speed up the process and make this more of a plug and play, that a lot of clients are looking for similar components to be added to their templates. With that said, do we have any common obstacles or pain points that we noticed during the process to address?
Exactly. That's really actually a great question. We have lots of pain points, you and me and our colleagues, maybe the other competitors, maybe other designers when facing the client, for example, we're just building an outdoor apparel for our client. And they say that, okay, so gold and dark blue is our branded color. But actually, we would like to see some of the new accent color because we're just releasing a brand new stuff. These are in a purple or in a light green. So we like to using this color to inject into a template. Not very significantly, but we want to see if it is good to show off into another color. So that's the first one. Secondly, maybe some of the the client we're jumping off from the presentation meeting. They say that, hey, I think that the paddings in between these headers in these navigations is quite busy. Can you just make them larger? Or I would like to compare if it is larger or small, which one will be more fitted for us. And then the third one will come in to say that, hey, actually those rectangular sharp button is not our flavor. And can you just, let me to see that if it is a rounded corner or if it is a, really soft rounded corner, rather than just a small, tiny difference between the rectangular sharp one. So can you see that? Can we see that? And also, don't forget, I just noticed that, okay, like say, for example, the category images and also in rectangles, can we make it rounded? We really like that feel, but I cannot say that without, compare them side by side to each other. And then the last one will tell you that, okay, hey, this one is just for sort of, the daytime theme. Can we have some, dark theme for that? Yes, I would like to see that, in the same time. And also, someone would say to you that, hey, I would like to see some of the mobile version. But in the mobile version, I'd say that the first section, like here in the Hero banner, and then with the second section, will be relatively smaller distance because you know that cell phone is not huge desktop, screen size. I don't want users to scroll using their thumbs too much to see a really long email. So all of this are questions, jumping up in the conference room from our clients when they're staring at your designs. Nothing is wrong, but they just want to see lots of variants, lots of difference, colors, distance. So that's the pain point. I believe that you have been through that a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's important that we're able to optimize a lot of options in order to cater to everyone's, unique needs and requirements. And we want to do that as quickly and efficiently as possible. So with these points that you've called out, can we actually take a look at how you would interact with those components, I'm guessing? How would you actually go into a system and kind of like change up what we're saying here?
Okay, yeah. So let me just using a very quick example for this one. So right now I'm in a Figma file version. I can just select this template. Now I'm going to the layers. As you can see that, okay, so some of the clients says that I don't want a straight corner. I want rounded corner. Okay, give you a really big one. Now you can see in a second, everything as a container or as a bar or as an image. Right now you have seen a different color, a different videos of their age. And not only the buttons, but also you can see, oh, this is the same. We can feel that even the sections can have a really soft feel for that. I mean that it is not a very special styling view for that. Someone will just hate me that, oh, don't go always like this. But actually, we just want to give our clients a different feel for that. But just in a second, if our clients doesn't like this one, okay, no problem. Let me go back to the straight corner. Then in a second, so these challenges are gone. Actually, in a meeting, in a second, you can showcase everything that they really want.
Wow, that's amazing. That looks like you'll save a lot of time setting that up. And so then can we kind of look at where those variants live right now and what that design system actually looks like?
Of course. Okay, so let's go firstly to the local variables. It really helps for building for that. But before that, we have to let everyone to know that what the design system that we have built in this area for the local variables. So when I click on this, as you can see that we have already, set up quite a few different type of the variables. Right now, you will see that I just named them as base variables. So what it means is that, okay, everything right now, at least here, is very basic one. The basic one, that means I just, trying to translate the real raw data into a nickname. So which means that, okay, for now, when we're designing a banner like this, we need two type of the colors, the background color and the text color. So these are the color name that our client will understand, and as designer we will understand. But actually, these are just the color values. So when we're building the design system in the Figma world, I think that we have to help our client to set up 3 layers of the variables. So that means we're using tokens, using the variables to help them to build this. What's that mean is, okay, when I say that 3 layers, don't take it for any very complicated. It's really simple. So first layer is very basic. It's the raw data. Okay, let's say that's navy blue 144059. So this actual color is the first layer. We call it the raw data. And then we go into the second one. So this one is a number. Nobody can understand that. Even though we design this every day, we cannot imagine that, oh, this is kind of that look. So we name them as navy blue. So 144059 is actually, we give them a nickname as navy blue. So does with white, so does with true black 000, or maybe almost black. Whatever the number that you have already been set up, when you say that, okay, so this is the color that we define them, we just use this name. Yes, this is human nature language. We use that one as the second layer, which I call nickname. And then after that, so this blue can be used, let me go close on that, can be used in this bar, can be used to the text color for the navigation, or maybe the heading titles for this one, and also for the background of this button. So these are all navy blue. So the third layer is we combine the nickname with the component together, then we name them as a token. So that's the definition for a third layer of the variables, which means it is the combination of component plus the color nickname. So this, we can see that it's a scenario or the instance. So let's go tap into my tokens. Once I open that drop down, you can see that this is the base of variables. We have some of the different collections, but the name we have a T as the first letter. So that will remind me that, okay, so these are the variables set up for tokens. So let's go dive into the T colors. Okay, right now you can see that it's a little bit different. I named them text primary, text secondary, text button, or background primary, background secondary. What that means is, okay, so now we just let the navy blue, which is the second layer, the nickname combine with the instance that where this nickname to be used in our design system and in our template. So now navy blue can be used as our text primary color, or the button primary reverse color is named blue, or even the button primary color is be navy blue. The background color reverse using the navy blue. So that's the first column. You see that is the second layer of the the variables, which means it's the instance scenarios where we put our nickname into the design system. So that will be the same story when we're designing colors, corners. It will be the same theory. We set up this one into the design system. Now it's only a first half, the problem that we've been solved for designing the template. And then I will go dive into a component to see that why we're using this and how we're going to apply into this one. Okay, so let me go dive into this hero section. So this one is a component. Then I go into the component where it's been defined, which is this page. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So now you can see that every section of the design system has been fully built by component. So each component, we just drag the instance into the design system, into the page, and then we combine them in for a template design file. Now, let's go back to the hero section. As you can see now, see them right now. Let's give you an example about the text section. Now you can see that firstly, this heading title is a component itself again. So that means that when we're building a component, everything that's been repeatedly used more than once, so we can just define them as another nested component again. Yeah, so this one is the title, and also you can see this is the button. Everything will be exactly the same same theory for building this. But as you can see that now for the title, let me go dive into the text part. When we fill that, yeah, we can just directly fill them with, a raw number of this color. But for now, we're using them in using the tokens to fill the color. The tokens, when you fill that, you will go to open up this open overlay. You can see that these are the tokens that have been used. It's from under the T colors and the text, and there's the text primary. And then after that, everything is set. That's okay. So that's already been set. That'll be the same story about making this one, the buttons. Well, as you can see, these buttons has some paddings, not the paddings to the left, to the right. Let's just set up using another token, padding 50, padding to the top and the bottom, padding 15. So all these are, yeah, currently we have an instance number like 50 and 15, but actually it is been defined as padding small or padding big. Actually, it is not a final number, or it's not the only number that we have to use. You can see that in this style. Let me give you another quick example is the corners of these buttons. Right now, it is rectangular. It's a sharp, obviously. So when you go into this button setting, you can see that this radius is being set to 0. But actually, this 0 is the radius 0. So that means that right now, for the button, it has been applying to a name from the token from the variables. Right now, it's been set to 0. But actually, you can feel that this token name can be replaced by the other numbers. So these numbers sometimes is 0, sometimes it's 20. It's all called by you to build this one when you're showing to a client.
So if you assign certain tokens here, how will that affect your change in kind of the different variants when you're working on the actual design template?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now, let me go back to my variables. Okay, so for now, I'm going to go back to the colors to showcase what exactly the change will be made. Now, as you can see, I have already set up these color tokens. For example, let's say the background primary. Right now, I'm just setting to a color white. So that means the color white is a nickname. Yeah, everyone knows that color white may be FFF or maybe F0, F1, 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 whatever. I think that color white is that kind of thing. So I just apply this one to the bottom primary. But on the other hand, when users want to see another different color system or maybe a dark mode of the color system, so I just using the tokens, using the variable pattern to build another mode. So you can see the second column right now is in dark mode. In this dark mode, when I define the background primary color, I'm using the almost black as one of the containers, the background primary color, which means let me go back to that part, like the About Us section. At the very beginning, if it is a dark background, okay, now I just apply the background primary into this one in the blue color. But in another mode of the variable, when we say that, okay, has to be a color white, so it will be changing to that one. So very quickly, and let me go dive into this one, and then you can see that this section is been filled like button primary reverse, exactly the same theory. I apply them into this one as our color system, into our color variables, which means in our local variables, when the primary reverse is going to another mode, it will go change to another color. So that's the reason why when I go back to the email template designs, now you can see right here, the colors is navy light mode. When I go to the dark mode, now you see that, okay, this section has been changed into the dark mode. The reason why is this component, when I apply the background primary color, when I apply this background color, I apply them to the background primary color. So in a light mode, it will be white color, but in the dark mode, it will be almost black color. So this is the thing that we like to involve this local variable system to showcase that whatever the container background color is, it's just defined by whatever the mode you want to set. And this mode actually is understandable by you and me and a client, but actually all this color name and the color row number is actually set up the connection between. So you can see light mode, dark mode, that's all in the navy blue system. But also I created two more color system like violet, light, violet, dark. But as you can see, we can change them in the same time very quickly. Now, well, you can see some client has that. We have some new products with the violet and with the green, no problem. But whatever, if I can just see these ones in this new color system in the dark mode, of course. Okay, so this one go back to another color system. It's in the dark mode, but still you can go back to the very original color. So in case that the client won't lose the original design. And also when you design them, you can actually making 4 instances and each one apply to a proper color system to pair with them. So then right now, let the client to see, okay, so now which one you like better, you want to see is the final result that you did. Before that, before this design system, our designer will use at least a certain time, and then they have go back to the second meeting and place them together. And somehow it is not really super effective. For example, right here, they may not just forget, they will remember to make the oldest button to be rounded, but they might forgot to, okay, these images will be still rounded. So for now, you can see in the same time. If someone is asking you that, okay, hey, this one, I like this color, but let me go back to the streak corner of all these elements. It can just turn in a second.
Yeah. So looking back at this template now, are we pulling in these components and setting up auto layout wherever we see the different sections? And are we doing auto layout within the actual original components as well?
Well, it's combinated answer for you. And then let me go back to the design system. So now let's say that very quick example. For the main navigation, now we have set up the auto layout for everything. So you can see that each of these links have the similar, have already set up the exactly the same distance for their padding to let all this the nav links have the equal distance in between. But also, let me give you another example for now for this one. So once you set up this product card, and the vertical padding in between has already been set up as layout, as auto layout. So that, which means that once you want to enlarge the distance in between, okay, let me give you an example for that now. Yeah, let's say quickly go to 50. So now you can see that it's going to really big, but actually you will know that this one is already auto layout. And then for all of this component, when we're designing that, it is auto layout. And then when we go back to the email template, each of the section right now, actually, we're just pulling the instance together, and then we set up them as also auto layout. So which means that when I zoom out, you will feel the difference. Let's say that our client doesn't like the padding, they're too small. We wanted them to be big. Okay, let's changing the paddings between the sections to be big. Now you can see that everything is getting a little bit larger, but actually the whole page, nothing changed. This whole page is also a complete change. There's no overflow, there's no getting shorter, but actually it just all by the effort for the auto layout to make this happen without any issues looking to the client.
So it looks like it would be pretty important to know what variables we'll want to set up with the master components to begin with, and kind of like know what to expect the client will want to potentially change, so that when we apply it into these designs, we can have all the options there.
Yes, exactly. So that's the meaning that when we building up the design system, firstly, we wanted to do is that, yeah, not only we just call out for the local variables, we set up them as, as full as we can, but it is not firmly right now, okay, so now it's done. It's actually always you can change. You can change another blue from this point. That's okay. The second part is when we're designing this, we try to build them as auto layout and as components. And then all of this applying to the distance, the colors, the corners of each of the small elements inside a component is the thing that we suggest all the designers only do it in the component parts. The reason is because we have already designed our system. It means that all of this, we're just using or referring the instance from the design system from each section as a component. When every time when we want added anything like, oh, now we just don't want a 2x2 grid of this product list. Actually, it has to be a 2x3. It's okay. When we just add this one into that component. So everything, once it's changed, everything from this final page will be in the same time exactly change to whatever you want. And then the great thing is once you have 4 or maybe even 10 different color combinations, when the client says that now our featured product section, actually we want 6 different color, a different product into here, no problem. We just edit this component in a design system one time. All of your pages showing off to the client will be changing in the same time. So that's the magic from the Figma, and also really speed up what are we going to do. And also, I believe that you agree with me that we never want to repeat the same pattern design for a 10 different instance, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. So it just makes sure we don't have to keep going back to the drawing board and just starting from scratch again. So that is awesome. I did notice though, I don't think we got to touch on fonts here. Are there any pitfalls that we should be aware about when we're working with the variables feature?
Well, this is the I have to say that you were just get right to the point to my pain point right now for building a template using Figma platform. I admit that right now, still I'm constantly in contact with with their technical services from Figma team. I'm trying to persuade them, hey, something that you are missing. You are just hitting to that point. Font is not applicable for our local variables. So far right now, we only have the text, we only have the colors being applied to the to the variable system, and also some of the numbers, and these numbers apply to let's say the corners of the radius of the corners, or the padding in between the sections, between the text. So these are the only things that we can just apply for now. It has already helped us really a lot into the designs, but font is not an option for now. So when the client says that, hey, you're just giving me the Arial as the default font, can we see another font for all of this, like the titles, like the copies and the bottom titles? Can we do that? Sorry, for now the variable system is not really fully support for that. We can have some the third party of the apps or widget to help to replace the font for now, but actually it is not formally directly from the Figma file, the Figma system to support you to change the font. And besides that, another part, like, okay, when we're designing this, for example, if a client wants, okay, hey, I want some of the border to circle this as a stroke, outline stroke for those photos. Can we do that using the variables? Sorry, so far for now, it's not acceptable for Figma. And also, if we want to using some of the use some of the alpha channel for the colors, like we have some opacity like 50 for this button, still it is not fully applicable for now. So these are some of the pitfalls right now to build up the system. I know that everything we will never find when is the perfect time. It's always has some flaws. So for now, these are the things. We have some limitation right now, but still we can present our clients a relatively satisfied design result. Let them to feel that in the same time, whatever they want to call out, we just turn it on, turn it off in 1 second.
Amazing. Well, yeah, thanks for the call out. Looks like we'll just have to take this, one day at a time as the system evolves for functionalities. And this has been really, really fun and exciting.
Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, when I designing that, I was just imagining that when our real clients reviewing this, I give them 4 options, and each option has here and there, a different settings for them, and then they will have some of the taste to compare them. The only thing that the most important thing that I would like to see that they're really astonished by in really quick turnaround. We can just give them all of the options, which we will save tons of time, but also we give them a result, quite professionally, and then also we can have a better, quick response for that to push them. Okay, sign up the deal, and then we win this, project again.
Wow, thank you so much, Max.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, hopefully it will be helping you to be design your system, and then also let me know any new findings from this part, and also yes, we will be always welcome any challenges, any other opinions coming in. Looking forward to our next special presentation. Thank you. Bye.